Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and I've pulled an oracle reading for us from the Sylvia Browne My Spiritual Reading cards. We have there are never any dark spirits, only people in life can be dark. And remember, you can't expect something for nothing, especially love. You have to give it out to get it back. So let's delve in. Dark spirits. Now, I don't agree with the first sentence that there are no dark spirits. I do believe there are dark spirits. However, I feel like these are mainly when you have foolish people playing with the Ouija board or anything like that who are inexperienced and they're playing with powers that they don't know how to handle. And they probably don't believe in this stuff and they think it's all a big game. And I feel like that's how a lot of haunted houses are created, with people opening portals to other dimensions and dark things coming through. So, other than that, there's very dark people, and it's not that they're possessed by dark spirits, but it's because possibly a lot of people, some people, when they incarnate, like we all have a mission. And some people, their only purpose when you cross their path is to be an antagonizer. And that is supposed to be a lesson for you. So even though you feel like maybe you can't see, if you can see the good in another person, if you only see the bad and you wonder why would God allow such a person on this planet to do, some people do horrible things to other people. And you're wondering why God, why Spirit would even allow that. It all happens for a purpose. Or, for instance, if you're seeing something horrible happen, how do you react? Are you going to try to interfere, or are you just going to turn away from it and ignore it and pretend that it doesn't affect you? When horrible things happen, it usually is so the people around who are witnesses or who are affected by this, there's something that they're meant to learn. There's something where they're triggered to look at themselves and to see why they're reacting just to such things in the way that they do. Because if you see, even at school, for instance, and you see someone being bullied, were you the kind of kid that would actually step up for the bully? Or would you be the kind of kid that would participate in the bullying? Or would you be the kind of kid that would pretend it wasn't happening just so they wouldn't be negatively affected by it or pulled into it? All these things happen so you can self examine, so you can change who you are. So you can step up and say, man, this was not cool, and I don't like how I handled that situation, and I want to do better next time, right? That's what these people are there for. They are there to trigger change within you. That doesn't mean knowing that that's what their purpose is in this lifetime, that you have to forgive them for what they're doing. Absolutely not. Um, they're always saying you should forgive when someone does something against you, but you don't have to forgive their action. Forgive for yourself so it doesn't bother you anymore, because if we hang on to unforgiveness, it eats us up from the inside. And the resentment, unresolved resentment, can physically manifest in your body as disease, as cancer. It literally eats away at you. Any kind of buried emotions, anything that you're clinging on to that you're not processing, that you're not releasing, can manifest in your body as an illness. Just something that Spirit wanted me to mention. So, when you encounter people who you consider dark, right? Someone who is not very nice. First of all, look at what the situation is trying to teach you and what you can take away from it, and how the situation is meant to trigger change within you. Now, the second card, and I just talked about this in the tarot reading I just did. When you want something, you have to also be able to give it. So you cannot hang on and cling on to something without sharing and expect for it to come back to you. For instance, money. If you're a miser, you're hanging on to money, you're too scared to spend your money because you're scared that maybe you won't have any other money coming in, or someone could take your money from you. If you're giving that miser energy out into the universe in your energy, and the universe is going to see it there. The universe will register your fear. So you're creating a block to more money coming in. The same with love. If you're afraid to give love, then don't expect someone else to give it to you, right? If there has to be an equal give and take, there has to be an energetic flow. What you want, you also have to give. So this doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but if you're pouring a lot of love into your family and into your friends and maybe into your colleagues at work or anybody that's around you, if you're pouring out a lot of love, then that's how you open up the energetic gateway to also receive love back. But if you're a miser and you're hanging on and you're closed off, you're closing yourself off. When you're not willing to give something, you've closed yourself off energetically, which means you also can't receive anything. So if you're going through life afraid of love, or maybe you've been so hurt in the past, maybe you've been cheated on, maybe the people around you have hurt and betrayed you, and now you're so closed off to love because now you're associating love with pain. So now you've created an energetic block to love coming in and finding you, and you're not willing to give any out, right? You're closed off, which means that you might really care about someone, but you have the energetic barrier up, so that person can tell that there's love there. And it's going to be repulsive to them. That energy, that blocked off energy, repulses the very thing you're trying to attract in. So when you're guarding your heart, people can feel that that guardedness. They can feel that energy. They can feel that you've created an energetic wall between you and other people. They can feel that wall, and they're going to be repelled by that wall, right? That energetic wall. So that's something that you need to work on. If you want to attract something into your life, whether it is love, whether it is abundance, money, anything, when you can tell that you're too afraid of spending money, then because you're worried of running out, then you've already created an energetic block for more money coming in. You're doing that to yourself. You're creating an abundance block. And the same with love. If you want love, you need to take down the walls around your heart. You need to be open, and you need to give love to other people, right? There needs to be an equal give and take. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Love and light. We'll talk again soon.